Capricorn, how is it going? How are you feeling? Hopefully fabulously. For those of you that don't know, my name is A. For those of you that do, hey. Thank you so much for stopping by, and thank you for choosing to share some of yourself with me today. This is going to be a general energy read for my wonderful, fabulous Capricorn. Up in the clouds and growing. Do you wanna fly with me? So I'm gonna do this a little differently than I typically would. I just kind of felt called to do it a little different. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull first from the Moon and Stars Tarot. I'm going to pull 6, okay? And then I am going to clarify each of those with, let's see, we have the Crystal Magic Tarot, all right? And then if anything needs further clarification, then we're going to use this deck, which is the Mystical Fairy Tarot. Oh, this music is loud, chat. I got to turn that down. But if anything needs further clarification, that's the deck we'll use. If you have not already, I do invite you to check out and subscribe, if you should so feel called, to my live channel, A Pretty Lil Tarot 333, as that is where I do my live reads. All right, Capricorn, I'll see you at the message. Okay, and then as I'm sure you guys could see, I wanted to pull 6, but an additional one came out. So I'm actually going to pull this as the energy of the read. It is the 4 of Wands, all right? So in this deck, it speaks to celebration. So we have the Tower in reverse, 3 of Swords, 2 of Pentacles in reverse, the Star, Justice, and 5 of Cups, all right? This is Aries, Scorpio, Aquarius, Libra energy as far as major arcana goes. All right, so I'm just going to clarify these, and we'll see what's going on. So whoever I'm speaking to today, you have an intense fear of pain. All right, I'm sure we can maybe all relate to that, maybe not. And this is due to some sort of heartbreak or some sort of trauma or some sort of tragic happening. All right, and it's throwing something off balance with this 2 of Pentacles. Okay, now with the Star, this is Aquarius energy coming out here. This gives that you are, generally speaking, an optimistic individual. All right, it also does look like you don't typically have problems when it comes to being fair or taking accountability. I do feel as though whatever this heartbreak or trauma that perhaps maybe shook your life up, that perhaps maybe shook your life up a bit, happened. It does look like all has been made fair. And if it's not, it's definitely on the table, literally. All right, karma will be served, okay? It does look like with this 5 of Cups, though, this does speak to grief. This can also speak to someone being a little pessimistic. I do feel as though that is the case here, all right? Tower in reverse. With this being reversed, to me, it's reading like a fear of, intense fear, rather, of pain. And this is as a result of a heartbreak, all right? It's clarified by this 3 of Swords, okay? Interestingly enough, the next card out that we had was the 3 of Swords. All right, this is clarified by the Death, okay? This is, whatever this situation is that hurt, that was traumatic, that caused pain, that, might have been really, really tough, overbearing, maybe gut-wrenching is what I'm hearing, to handle, to bear, that situation is no longer relevant, okay? So it could be that, especially with this 5 of Cups out here, you may be inadvertently just dwelling on something that is over and done, hence causing this imbalance that you have, all right? Due to the imbalance, it looks like it is making you, it's having you in an energy, a vibration of perhaps, I didn't want to say immaturity because I'm not getting that you're an immature individual, but you could, I mean, if you're anything like me, you don't give a fuck about what you look like to other people, but it could have you appearing a little bit immature, okay? So it is important to speak your mind, all right? Be open as far as you feel comfortable with regard to communicating your needs, all right? Once you've done your part, you've said what it is that you need to say, how people look at you is how they're gonna look at you, all right? It does look like you are someone that has a lot going for themselves. This is the star, all right? Clarified by this 8 of coins. You could be a very hard worker, very Capricorn of you, all right? It does look like I said earlier, typically, right, you are a hopeful individual, okay? An optimistic individual, all right? You could be someone who is typically very positive, all right? And I feel as though you look at yourself as someone who is very positive, okay? This also gives that whatever it is that you are putting a lot of work into is going to continue to grow positively, all right? So clarifying this justice, we have the Emperor in reverse. So the Emperor in reverse speaks to someone who is extremely controlling, very, very rigid. Like I said, they didn't and they still don't, I feel like, have control over much in their life. This could be someone who was really coddled into adulthood. It's giving never really had to work. It's giving privilege, okay? That's just kind of what I'm getting from this. So yeah, all has been made for. They may be a Libra, maybe an Aries with this justice and then the Emperor, okay? And then, let's see. So, okay, I want you guys to be careful because clarifying this 5 of Cups, we have the 9 of Coins. And the way that this 9 of Coins is giving, this is giving someone who is like fiercely single, fiercely independent, all right? You could be a feminine energy, not necessarily, but it's giving, yeah, that's what this is giving. So be careful because I feel as though that is 2222, maybe of significance. That is this, whatever this is the reason, or whatever this is that happened, I should say, is the reason for this very much I can do it myself energy, okay? I get it, all right? And trust me when I say I get it, but you may end up missing out on something that is really good for you. This 5 of Cups can speak to remorse or regret as well, and I don't want that to happen. So let's find out what the message is. Thank you so much for being here. I do just want to let you guys know that if you have not seen it already, you have an earth sign, an all earth sign read that I just posted a few days ago. So go check that out if you haven't. Also, if you're a content creator and you're looking for someone to edit, make shorts, and make your videos look really good, check out 369 Dimension Readings. He actually edited that earth sign read. All right, and hit him up. I'm pretty sure his email and all that stuff is on his page, so holler at him.
For video editing, shorts, thumbnails, and business card design, contact 369admingroup@gmail.com.
All right, let's see what the message is. I do feel as though we kind of already touched on the message, and that's to just be careful that you don't end up leaving yourself out to dry, okay? Also, take care of yourself, all right? You could be someone who cares for a lot of people. I don't know, maybe a parent or a sibling or something like that. And that could be part of this fierce independence, right? This very much I'm single again kind of energy, but I feel like I just don't want you guys to end up in in remorse. It looks as though you may be a little pessimistic as far as relationships go. And by relationships, I mean all kind of relationships. Romantic relationships, all right, platonic relationships, all kind of relationships. You could just kind of be like, I'm good by myself. And that's a defense mechanism, all right? And I'm just speaking from experience, okay? So just be careful. Overall, the energy is good with this Four of Wands. I mean, I feel like generally speaking, you are in a happy place, right? You're not miserable, okay? And for some of you guys, you could be either maybe just graduating, or you might have something to celebrate, all right? Maybe moving. All right. Let's see. What is the message, please, Spirit? I would like 4. Okay, I'm going to need to shuffle 2 more times. All right. The message, please. The message, please, for my Capricorns that are resonating with this message. Oh, okay. All right. Someone is being very stubborn regarding something. We'll see what comes out. We might end up clarifying that. Maybe. We'll see. You know that saying, don't cut off your nose to spite your face, okay? Y'all may be a little bit prideful too, okay? I mean, and some pride is good, but you don't, like I said, you don't want to end up missing out on something that really is for you, okay? All right. The message, please. 4. Okay, well, we got 5. All right. So I just really don't want someone to end up in regret or missing out on something. We have the Moon, 5 of Cups, 9 of Pentacles, Queen of Wands, and the Priestess. So whoever you are, you definitely could be intuitive, right? Or possess some sort of, I mean, we're all born with gifts and skill sets, if you will, right? But you could be someone who possesses a skill set that is rather rare, okay? This could be something that you love to do, all right? You could be a creative. All right, so okay. So we have Cancer energy, Pisces energy out here as well. We also have Scorpio out here twice. I think, did I say everything that we had as far as major arcana? I think I did. Okay, so I don't want to drag this out. I also don't want to trigger anyone, but what this looks like is there's some pain that I think you need to move through that you are not facing. All right, perhaps you don't want to see it. Perhaps, I mean, again, and that's, I can understand it, but things that aren't healed after a certain point of time, they can become a handicap, okay? And that's kind of what I'm getting, all right? With this 9 of Pentacles, this 5 of Cups, and this Moon, what I'm getting is this is probably something that's not out in the open for you to see just yet, or perhaps you're unsure how to handle it. And I do feel as though these 3 go together. This 5 of Cups with the 9 of Pentacles. Remember, we also have the 9 of Pentacles out here. Yo, you guys. Okay. So 28 may be of significance. But this is what we have clarifying the 5 of Cups from the initial spread. Okay. We have the 9 of Coins clarifying the 5 of Cups. 9 of Cups. You might be someone's wish fulfillment. So like I said, or that could be coming up. I don't want you to miss out on something. But we have the 9 of Coins clarifying the 5 of Cups, and then we also have the 9 of Pentacles right after the 5 of Cups. Listen, I am a strong believer, okay, in everyone should be able to take care of themselves, right? Now, if you are in a situation, in a marriage, in a relationship, and a family in which you don't even, you take care of yourself, but you really don't have to worry about that, then that's fine, all right? You need to take care of yourself in other ways, okay? But at the end of the day, regardless of what your dynamic is, regardless of what your situation is, you should still have the ability to take care of yourself, okay? And I feel as though this is something that you recognize, but I feel like it's a defense mechanism. It's like the word that I'm looking for, hyper independence. And I don't feel like this is something that you are maybe aware of or see just yet. With this Queen of Wands and this Priestess, like I said, it gives intuition or some sort of spiritual gift or some sort of rare gift is what I'm getting from this. Nonetheless, you are someone who is very confident. And I feel like that confidence comes from you being able to hold your own in whatever way that may be. But, okay, so I'm hearing soft life, okay? So listen, it's okay to be a little rough around the edges, right? Who isn't, okay? Who isn't? Part of this confidence, like I said, I feel as though comes from this fierce need to be able to provide for oneself, all right? So whatever the past situation is, that, like I said, I mean, it's giving that you're healed from, but there's something else there that you need to take a look at that is throwing you off balance, okay? I don't want to keep repeating, but that's what I'm getting, boo. Overall, it's good energy. Let's just see, what is the advice, okay? So again, the message is that there's something that you need to, let's see if we can find out what that is. There's something that you're going to need to heal or soothe. I'm hearing specifically soothe. Okay, and you guys, listen. It's okay to accept help. And I know, being a Capricorn sun that I am, I know sometimes that can be a little difficult. But without getting too personal, there are parts of this that I can relate to. Sometimes people are sent to us to help us see things that we would not be able to see otherwise. And I just don't want you to miss out on something that, I feel like could add to your happiness, right? So the advice. All right, Spirit. I want to say 2 for advice, but clearly Spirit gonna give me what they gonna give me. So advice for my Capricorns that resonate with this. Yeah, something's got you guys off balance, honestly, and it could be in an area of your life that you wouldn't necessarily even think to seek balance, or you could be someone who's very practical, optimistic, but practical for the most part. So whatever is throwing you off, it just might not be very, very obvious. Or honestly, for some of you guys, you could be very aware, even though this moon is here, you could be very aware that you got this going on. You just might not know how to fix it. And the answer is within yourself with this Priestess. Y'all, I just gave y'all the advice without even pulling, but let's just see if Spirit's got anything else to add to this, and then I'm gonna let you guys go. Patience. Okay, listen, you got to be patient with yourself, okay? Remember how in the beginning of the read, I was saying that with this Page of Wands to this Two of Pentacles, the Two of Pentacles in reverse, like I said, it's giving imbalance. And this Page of Wands could have you in an energy of appearing maybe less experienced or a little immature, okay? Again, not saying that's what you are. That's just the energy as it's being read, okay? Listen, it doesn't really matter, you know. See, this is so broad. Okay, Two of Cups. Okay, I just asked in my mind, like, what is this about? At the bottom of the deck, we have Two of Cups. So that's exactly what I'm kind of getting. So So some of you guys may be dealing with someone or I don't know, for all intents and purposes, be in a serious committed relationship, and it could be off balance, right? And that's just because of whatever this is. This is wild. Whatever this is that you got to figure out, okay? Whoever this is, or maybe it might be a group of people, though I actually don't get that it's a group of people, but they could be in an energy of contemplation because, yeah, they could be wondering if you are capable or able to handle something. Again, with this Seven of Pentacles, the Seven of Pentacles fell on top of the Three of Swords, which is clarified by the Death, all right? This speaks to whatever it is that caused this pain, it's done and over. You could be someone who puts a lot of pressure on themselves. Again, very much Capricorn, all right? Not surprised. As a result, there may have been, okay, like I said, if it's not you, it's not you, all right? Only take the parts that fit. But there may have been a part of your healing that you might have rushed, okay? And I feel as though that could be facing the pain, especially since the Seven of Pentacles fell on top of the Five of Cups and just the way that this is reading to me. So perhaps, and I know it's no fun, literally, like I said, I am able to relate to some parts of this myself, all right? No one wants to revisit pain, typically, right? But sometimes it's necessary to heal in the manner in which you should. So I'm gonna give an example and then I'm gonna leave you guys. So let's say you walking down the street one day, right? And you tripped and fell, all right, and you broke your leg. I hope this does not happen to anybody, okay? But maybe this did happen to somebody, so let me know if I'm speaking of what happened to you. Anyway, also 36 may be of relevance, okay? So I don't know, maybe you are 36, I don't know. So let's say, yeah, you're walking down the street, you trip and fall, you end up breaking your leg, and you know, it sucks for a few months. You get your surgery. You might have to get like a screw or something put in, okay? And all is well. You feel great. You know, it's healed. You know, you're feeling good. But then all of a sudden, you start to experience some pain. And that could come from anything. I don't know. Maybe the barometric, is that how you say it? The barometric pressure might or the way the tides were with the full moon might have pulled on your tissue a little bit too hard that one time, or bringing that pain to the surface, all right? After some time, you're not able to ignore the pain anymore. You go to the doctor. The doctor says, yo, okay, you had some scar tissue that for a while was keeping the screw in place, but actually that screw needs to come out. You no longer need it, and it's causing you pain. It's not getting better. It's hindering you from the quality of life that you deserve, okay? Now you have two options. You can have the surgery, all right? You can, it is going to be painful, right? You are going to have to recuperate, but once you heal, you're going to be so much better off. Or we can just kind of leave it alone and then revisit it in a few years. And, you know, I can give you some painkillers and see what happens. All right. So some people are going to choose like, you know what? I do not want to go through that surgery again. I do not want to have to go through physical therapy again. Like, it's just not what I'm trying to do. Like, give me the painkillers. I'll make it work. Okay. I'm going to just put a Band-Aid on it. And then others are going to say, let's just have the surgery. Get the scar tissue out, all right? Get the screw out, and we'll go from there. I'm using this example because in the end, who do you think is better off? 5 years from that day, who do you think is better off? The person who just decided to deal with it and put a Band-Aid on it, right? Just get some painkillers, leave the screw in, right? And just kind of deal with it that way, having a constant pain because they never faced it. Or the individual who's like, you know what, I'm just going to do this now. I'm going to face it. It's being shown to me for a reason. I'm going to be patient with myself, okay? I'm going to be patient, and then I'm going to heal completely, all right? And then in 5 years from now, I'm not going to feel a thing. Who do you think is going to be better off? All right? So just think about that. There's something that's being brought to the surface that you need to handle because you do have a wonderful partnership. All right? That is here for you. And if it's not here for you, it's coming up for you, and I just need you to let down your defenses, all right? I am getting a romantic situation, but obviously that's not the case with everybody, all right? So apply it how you see fit. Thank you so much for stopping by, Capricorn. I hope that I was able to help in some way, shape, or form, and I'll see you next time. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Bye.
Up in the clouds and going